This is Paul. Yeah. Just looking at this, the relevancy and its limits. Yeah. Definition of relevancy evidence. Yeah. Relevant evidence. So, having any tendency to make the existence of any fact that is of consequence to the determination of the action more probable or less probable than it would be without the evidence. Yeah. Now, let's say you had some relevant evidence. Police department, yeah. FBI, oaths of office, yes. This relevant evidence, yes, known as I was in Port Angeles on June 16th of 2017, yeah. The relevant evidence known as I have sent 2,270,000 emails, yes. The relevant evidence that my wife did not sign a protection order and you have used forgeries to issue a protection order. Yeah. Relevant evidence proves that the statements contained in the protection order are misrepresentations of what had actually taken place because I did not get actual notice of court hearings. I was not given any opportunity to be heard. Yes. And I don't even know if the petitioner appeared in court because there's no signature of the petitioner. Yes. Then there's the relevant evidence that I was on the bus on December 31st of 2015 at 7:45 a.m. Yeah, I was in the Squim Public Library on December 31st at 4:48 p.m. Yeah, there's the relevant evidence that I have informed the court of approximately 50 different constitutional violations when issuing protection orders and dissolutions of marriage where I do not assume any liability resulting from you issuing court orders without you protecting my right to notice and an opportunity to be heard, yes, and having proof of service of myself having received a dissolution of marriage because I didn't. Now, the relevant evidence is newspapers are liable for what they print. Proof. And you would say that you do not have to enforce my rights as a father, yes. And you don't have to enforce the rights of my sons to not be in the wrong grade, yes. Because you cannot admit liability for anything you've done. Now, the definition of relevant evidence, okay. Relevant evidence means evidence having any tendency, yes, to make the existence of any fact, yes, that is of consequence. Now, the existence of any fact that is of consequence, yes, to the determination of the action or the actions that I'm going to take, yes, more probable that you're going to lose everything you own and go to prison, or less probable that you will never have a defense of anything you've ever done because any defense attorney that defends you against my summary judgments, yes, and my lawsuits will be imprisoned right now. Now, relevant evidence. I provide the actual image of Marilyn Van Proyen. Yes. You won't allow me to sue my sister, my parents, and the police departments for the refusal of my right, yes, to not be tormented and terrorized by the fraud of a picture of my sister, yes, representing the image of Marilyn Van Proyen. Now, again, we're talking about the definition of relevant evidence. I provide to you the very real evidence that that is not Susan, oh, that is not Marilyn Van Poyen. You won't let me talk to her. Preach. Preach, preach. Now, what if you all decided to go to prison right now? Yes. Because the truth is, I'm establishing relevancy every time I email the existence of any fact, that is of consequence that can be used in lawsuits, both criminal, compensatory, yes, civil, yes, and tort. Now, a basic tenet of American jurisprudence is that finders of fact may consider only relevant evidence. Military Rule of Evidence 401 is taken without change from the federal rule. Adopts a logical approach to relevance. Yes. Now, the nice part is this military rule of evidence. Yes. It is taken from the actual federal. Yes. Rule of evidence. Yes. Without any change. It's as if the military said, sure, we want to be liable for what every civilian judge does. Yes. Because of their refusal. You should have made a slight adjustment to the military's rules.